Hi guys, this is Abi from Gokce Design. In this video, you're going to learn how to replace colors in Adobe Photoshop. Let's start by duplicating your background layer. Next, click on the Quick Selection tool from the toolbar and hit Select Subject. Use the minus brush to deselect everything except the model's pants, and then click on the Add Layer Mask button. Now duplicate the background layer one more time and click on the Quick Selection tool. Hit Select Subject and this time use the minus brush to deselect everything except the model's top. Just like before, click on the Add Layer Mask button. Create a new group and rename it to Pants. Hold the Alt or Option key and drag the Pants layer mask on top of it. Make the group layer active and click on the New Adjustment Layer menu. Select Hue/Saturation and drag the saturation slider all the way to the left. Play around with the lightness slider to control the amount of grays in the pants. Add one more hue saturation layer and click on the Colorize checkbox. Now you can play around with the hue, saturation, and lightness sliders to pick a color to your liking. Remember, hue controls what color, saturation controls the intensity of the color, and lightness controls the brightness. Bring in a curves adjustment layer and drag it in between the hue saturation layers. Bring the curves line up a bit in the highlights area and down a bit in the shadows area to control the contrast of the color. Feel free to go back and forth between the curves and the hue saturation layers to make adjustments as necessary. From the New Adjustment Layer menu, choose Color Balance. Play around with the CMY sliders for midtones, shadows, and highlights dropdowns, one at a time, to adjust the balance of colors as per your requirement. Now we're going to change the color of the top. Create a brand new group and rename it to Top. Hold the Alt or Option key and drag the Top's layer mask on top of this group. We're going to repeat the same steps we took to change the color of the pants. Start by bringing in the first Hue/Saturation adjustment layer and drag the saturation slider all the way to the left. Play around with the lightness slider and bring in another Hue/Saturation layer. With Colorize checked, play with the hue, saturation, and lightness sliders to pick a color and bring in a curves adjustment layer in between the hue saturation layers. Adjust the contrast and bring in a color balance adjustment layer. Play with the CMY sliders to your liking. Next, select Top's layer mask and choose the brush tool from the toolbar. Make sure the foreground color is set to white and the flow value is set to 10%. With a soft round brush, paint over the edges to hide the yellow glow from the original image. Finally, let's look at the before and after images. Looks good to me. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Until next time.